Why should you not move to Victoria? Look around, Victoria is an island paradise. So thousands of people move to the island every year, but what's the catch? What are the downsides? In this video, I'll explain the top 10 downsides of living in Victoria, so if you are thinking of moving here, there'll be no surprises. My name is IRAWILLEY. Today I'm hiking up Peak Holes, formerly known as Mount Doug. Please remember to hit that subscribe button, and I want to hear what you love or don't like about living in Victoria, so leave a comment below as well. And stick around to the end of the video, because when we get to the top of this thing, I'll show you one of the absolute best views on Vancouver Island. Number one is the high cost of living. Everything has to be flown or ferried onto the island, so we pay a premium compared to Vancouver on most goods and services. We have some of the highest gas prices in North America, and you'll definitely notice the costs when you're grocery shopping. Number two is a lack of things to do. We don't get all the big concerts, sports games, all the exciting stuff and nightlife of bigger cities. Most of Victoria shuts down around 8 or 9 p.m. Number three is a doctor shortage. While the doctor shortage is BC and Canada-wide, it is definitely noticeable in Victoria because our population skews a bit older than the rest of BC, and the high cost of living here also makes it harder to attract new GPs. Expect a long wait list to get a family doctor. Number four, it's hard to travel. If you're flying to most destinations, you first have to connect in Vancouver, Calgary, Seattle, or Toronto. This really adds a lot of time and cost to every trip. If you want to go on a road trip, the ferry is your first stop. Number five, NIMBYS. Victoria is known for not in my backyard behavior. From pickleball to leaf blowers to high density housing, everything gets met with some protest here. Number six is the lack of affordable housing. We're surrounded by water on three sides and the Malahat to the north. We're running out of land to sprawl outwards, and so the only alternatives are to build denser or higher. And those NIMBYs I mentioned have something to say about that. Number seven, the lack of public transit. We don't have the population to support light rail or sky trains, but we're big enough that you do need a car to get around. And the bus system leaves a lot to be desired. Number eight, 13 municipalities. This means 13 mayors, 13 councils, different sets of zoning regulations that are inefficient, and it often leads to some municipalities bearing the brunt of more than their fair share of certain costs. There are some positives to the system as well, but when it comes to handling widespread issues such as affordable housing, I think it could be improved with some amalgamation here. Number nine. So I had to look on Reddit to find some more negatives about Victoria, and maybe that says something about how awesome Victoria is, but number nine is the lack of certain types of restaurants. We have a wide selection of restaurants, but according to Reddit, the good ones are few and far between, and there's no decent chicken shawarma in town. And finally, the grey winters. We get less rain than Vancouver, but if you don't like rain, the West Coast lifestyle may not be for you. And if you do need to take a vacation to escape the rainy winters, price in the extra flight or the BC ferry costs to get off the rock. We do have a few downsides to living in Victoria, but generally it's an amazing place to live, and I've helped many people over the last few years buy homes in Victoria, and nobody regrets the move here. Well, we made it, barely. This is one of my absolute favorite viewpoints in Victoria because you get a 360-degree view of everything. On a clear day, you can see downtown, the Olympic Mountains, Mount Baker, the ocean. It's a really good spot to come just to get the lay of the land and see where you're situated if you are new to Victoria. Please let me know if you do have any questions about buying or selling real estate in Victoria, and any questions about moving here as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.